10 emotional needs: admiration, affection, conversation, domestic support, family commitment, financial support, honesty and openness, physical attractiveness, recreational companionship, and sexual fulfillment. Of the 10 basic emotional needs, the 5 listed as most important by men were usually the 5 least important for women, and vice versa. What an insight!
64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker, and today we look at his needs, her needs, building an affair-proof marriage by Willard F. Harley. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. In this video, we look at a book that shows couples how to restore and sustain their love for each other. And that's what a couple must do to stay happily married. Harley gets right to the heart of what makes marriages work: the feeling of love. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I do have and use that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. If you know how to make each other happy, but fail to avoid making each other unhappy, your skill and effort will be wasted. Spouses can learn to become each other's source of greatest pleasure when they do meet each other's most important emotional needs. But they can also become each other's source of unbearable pain when they do not protect each other from instincts and habits that are common to all of us. Obviously, the way to keep a husband and a wife happily married is for each of them to meet the needs that are most important to the other. One spouse should never suffer to meet the emotional needs of the other. Instead, it actually means learning how to enjoy meeting emotional needs that are just lower on your list of priorities. Unfortunately, most of us do not realize what we are getting into when we say, I do. We think that dynamics of a good marriage depend on some mysterious blend of the right people. Or if marriage turns out badly, we call the two people wrong for each other. To make your marriage affair-proof, you need to know each other's basic needs and how to meet them. Figuratively speaking, I believe each of us have a love bank, which contains many different accounts, one of each person we know. Now, each person makes either deposits or withdrawals from that account whenever we interact with him or her. Two basic problems surface repeatedly. You may think of them as embarrassing, galling, or infuriating even, but here are the facts. While probably more in touch with their own sexuality because it is such a basic male drive, many men lack skill in lovemaking, because they fail to understand a woman's need for affection as part of the sexual process. When a man learns to be affectionate, his lovemaking will become very different. The man, interested only in satisfying his hunger for sex, molests his wife more than anything else, because his technique is insensitive to her feeling. He uses his wife's body for his own pleasure, while she gets more and more infuriated. Conversely, many women do not understand their own sexuality well enough to know how to enjoy meeting a husband's compelling need for sex. To satisfy her husband sexually, a wife must also be satisfied. Wives are encouraged not only to make their bodies available to their husband on a more regular basis, but also to commit themselves to learning to enjoy the sex relationship as much as their husband does. For the wife to enjoy sex, she will need help from her husband. If he does not communicate his care for her often and effectively, she will feel that he is insensitive and uncaring. A question frequently heard from women is, why is it so difficult for my husband to have a simple conversation with me? And part of the answer to this question is that men tend not to have as greater need for conversation as women. Most women enjoy conversation for its own sake. They will spend hours with each other on the telephone, while men rarely call each other just to chat and be brought up to date. Why then do men find it easy to talk to women about personal concerns when they're dating? Well, one obvious reason is that the man wants to get to know the woman. A woman wants to be with a man who cares deeply about her and for her. When she perceives this kind of care, and she feels close to him, which is an essential ingredient in her willingness to make love with him, since intimate conversation is one of the most important ways that a man communicates that care to a woman. Intimate conversation and affection are inseparably intertwined. There are many reasons why effective conversation in marriage is absolutely essential to its success. But here are three that I do believe are especially important. First, conversation is an integral part of how all of the other important emotional needs are met. The second reason conversation is important in marriage is that it is necessary for everyday problem solving and conflict resolution. Marriage is a partnership that requires mutual agreement on a host of issues if it is to be successful. And the third reason that conversation is important in marriage isn't understood as well by most men. Conversation itself is important because it meets a basic emotional need for most women. In other words, most women enjoy conversation. The first emotional need met in most affairs is intimate conversation. When a couple begins an affair, they have very few negative reactions towards each other. So when they do talk, they actually rarely criticize each other. Their criticism is directed mostly towards their spouses. It gives them the illusion that they are perfect for each other. As damaging as they are to the intimate conversation, demands and disrespect can actually be innocent. Spouses do not necessarily want to hurt each other when they do engage those enemies. It just turns out that way. But expression of anger Expressions of anger are always intended to be hurtful. Mistakes are common in life, and they're especially common in marriage. Whenever we do fail to take an opportunity to make our spouse happy, or if we do something to make our spouse unhappy, we've actually made a mistake. The third law of marriage sums it up this way: caring partners converse in a caring way. Conversing to inform, investigate, and understand. Developing interests in each other's favorite topics of conversation. Balancing the conversation. Some spouses ruin balance with a bad habit of interrupting. Before the other spouse can finish a thought, they rake in with one of their own. Not only is this habit bad conversational etiquette, but it prevents those who are somewhat introverted from remembering where their thought was taking them. Interruptions can put an end to an otherwise enjoyable conversation. Giving each other undivided attention. As a caring husband, a man converses with his wife in a way that enables her to reveal her deepest feelings. Through conversation, he learns to meet many of her needs, but the conversation itself meets one of her most important marital needs. She simply wants him to talk to her. Remember how it was when you were dating. Remember, most women fall in love with men who set aside time to share conversations and affections with them. They stay in love who continue to meet those needs. Never make demands on each other. Never be disrespectful to each other. Respect your spouse's feelings and opinions, especially when yours are different. Use your conversation to inform, to investigate, and to understand each other. Among the 5 basic male needs, spending recreational time with his wife is ranked second only to sex. For the typical husband, it is important that I consider this to be a need that must be met to sustain his feeling of love in marriage. People may challenge my claim, saying they know any number of happily married couples whose recreational interests are totally different, but those people do not necessarily know these couples in their most honest moments. Engage in only those recreational activities that both you and your spouse can enjoy together. The 4th law of marriage puts it this way: the couple that plays together stays together. There are 3 very important reasons. Honesty and openness are essential in marriage. First, they provide a clear roadmap for marital adjustment. A husband and a wife who are honest and open with each other can identify their problems very quickly, and if they know how to negotiate, then they can dispose of them very swiftly. The second reason for honesty and openness in marriage is that this honesty, or covering the truth in some way, is painfully offensive. The third reason radical honesty is essential in marriage is, especially women, honesty and openness deposit so many love units into your love bank that they fall in love with the person who's radically honest with them. They need a clear and unobstructed view into the mind of the one they do love. So reveal to your spouse as much information about yourself as you know: your thoughts, your feelings, your habits, your likes, your dislikes, past history, daily activities, future plans. Emotional honesty, historical honesty, current honesty, and future honesty. Now, not all couples fit the pattern. It is up to you to discover your basic emotional needs and then communicate them to each other. When creating a plan for a fair division of household responsibilities, depositing the most loved units and avoiding their withdrawal should be your guide. A time budget, a weekly schedule, is like a financial budget. Helps keep your priorities straight. If you do not budget your money, you will make so many low priority purchases that you will have no money left for things that are truly important to you. The same is true with the time budget. If you do not schedule your week with your highest priorities in mind, you will run out of time before you can accomplish them. An angry outburst is actually temporary insanity, and the damage it can do is dangerous and unpredictable. If you were to watch a video recording of one of your angry outbursts, you would see my point. Well, that's precisely what your children view when you use anger to punish them. They see an insane parent. No child psychologist I've ever studied has ever recommended anger in any form as a tool for training a child. While criticism causes men to become defensive, admiration energizes and motivates them. A man expects and needs his wife to be his most enthusiastic fan. He draws confidence from her support and can usually achieve far more with her encouragement. Confidence usually begins at home. You've heard the saying, behind every great man, there's a great woman. Identify behaviors that build or destroy admiration. Make a trade, learn a new habit. I believe our society's failure to train people in meeting the needs of others, especially the needs of a marriage partner, has played a very large part in our high divorce rates. Marriage is not simply a social institution that everyone enters into because eventually he or she falls in love and lives happily ever after. As long as we fail to see marriage as a complex relationship that requires special training, special abilities to meet the needs of a member of an opposite sex, we will continue to see a discouraging and devastating divorce rate. Every person is unique. While men, on the average, pick a particular 5 emotional needs as their most important ones, and women, on the average, pick another 5, any individual can and does pick any combination of the basic 10. So although I have identified the most important emotional needs of the average man and women, I do not know the emotional needs of any particular husband and a wife. And since I'm in the business of saving individual marriages, not average marriages, you should identify the combination of needs that are unique to your own marriage. And there you have it. His needs, her needs. Now please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Do leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it. Read. Never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.